Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel where we explore the mysteries that surround us. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most enduring and fascinating subjects of all time, UFOs, unidentified flying objects, or, as they're now officially called, UAPs, unidentified anomalous phenomena. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered if we're truly alone? Well, you're in good company. For decades, stories of strange lights, silent, fast-moving craft, and encounters with the unknown have captivated humanity. But what's really behind these sightings? Are they visitors from other worlds, top-secret military tech, or just tricks of the light and mind? Let's sift through the evidence, separate fact from fiction, and explore the most plausible explanations for the UFO phenomenon. Let's start with a foundational question. What exactly constitutes a UFO? The term itself simply means an object in the sky that cannot be immediately identified by the observer. It doesn't automatically mean alien spaceship. Over the years, the vast majority of UFO sightings have been explained. So what are these common culprits? Many are misidentified celestial bodies. Venus, for example, is often called the morning star or evening star. Because it's so bright and can appear to hover, it's one of the most frequently reported UFOs. People just aren't used to seeing a star that bright and stationary. Then there are man-made objects, weather balloons, high-altitude research balloons, satellites catching the sun's rays at twilight, and even unconventional aircraft like stealth bombers can look incredibly strange to the untrained eye. Think about it. A triangular B-2 bomber flying at night could easily be mistaken for something otherworldly. Even something as simple as a flock of birds or a swarm of insects reflecting city lights can create a bizarre, shimmering effect in the sky. But what about the cases that aren't so easily dismissed? The ones that leave even seasoned pilots and radar operators scratching their heads. This is where the conversation gets really interesting. In recent years, we've seen a major shift. Governments, particularly the US government, are taking this subject more seriously than ever before. You've probably heard about the Pentagon's UAP task force and the declassified videos released to the public. I'm talking about the FLIR, gimbal, and Go Fast videos. These were captured by US Navy fighter pilots and show objects performing maneuvers that seem to defy our current understanding of physics. They accelerate to hypersonic speeds with no visible means of propulsion, make instantaneous changes in direction without losing momentum, and seamlessly transition between air and sea. These are not your typical blurry shaky cam videos from the 70s. This is high-resolution military-grade sensor data. The pilots themselves can be heard on the recordings, expressing their sheer disbelief. They describe these objects as solid, metallic, and performing in ways no known aircraft can. One of the most famous incidents is the 2004 Nimitz encounter, where multiple pilots from the USS Nimitz Carrier Strike Group encountered a white, tic-tac-shaped object that moved erratically over the water. It outmaneuvered their FA-18 Super Hornets with ease. Commander David Fravor, one of the lead pilots, described its movements as like nothing he had ever seen, defying the laws of aerodynamics as we know them. So if they aren't ours and they don't belong to any other nation on Earth, what are they? This leads us to one of the most compelling theories, the extraterrestrial hypothesis. The idea that at least some UAPs are technological craft created by a non-human intelligence from another planet or dimension. Proponents of this theory point to the sheer vastness of the universe. With billions of galaxies, each containing billions of stars, many with their own planets, it seems statistically improbable that Earth is the only planet to harbor intelligent life. Perhaps an advanced civilization has developed interstellar travel and is now observing us. The flight characteristics seen in the Navy videos, silent, instantaneous acceleration, and transmedium travel, could be evidence of technology far beyond our own, like gravity propulsion or warp drives. These encounters, they argue, are brief, observational, and non-confrontational, which is exactly what you might expect from a scientifically minded civilization studying a less developed one. However, we have to be scientific about this. The extraterrestrial hypothesis, while tantalizing, is still just that, a hypothesis. There's no definitive physical proof, We don't have a crashed saucer in a hangar that's been shown to the public. So, what are some other more terrestrial explanations for these advanced sightings? One major theory is that these UAPs are secret, next-generation military technology. It's possible that a government, perhaps the US or a rival nation like China or Russia, has made a massive leap in aerospace technology. We're talking about things like advanced drones, hypersonic craft, or new forms of electromagnetic propulsion that are being tested in secret. This would explain the high-tech performance, the secrecy surrounding the topic for so many years, and why the sightings often occur near military installations or training ranges. It's a plausible explanation, though it raises its own questions. Could any nation really be that far ahead of everyone else technologically? And could they keep it a secret for so long? Then there's the psychological and sociological dimension of the phenomenon. Our brains are pattern-seeking machines. Sometimes they create patterns where none exist. This is called pareidolia, like seeing faces in clouds or on Mars. Atmospheric conditions can also play a huge role. Temperature inversions can bend light and radar waves, creating mirages and false radar returns that look like solid objects. Plasma phenomena, like ball lightning, are rare but naturally occurring events that can appear as glowing moving orbs. Some have even proposed that UAPs could be a type of natural phenomenon we just don't understand yet, perhaps something generated within Earth's own atmosphere or magnetosphere under specific conditions. It's a less exciting explanation than aliens or secret spy planes, but from a scientific standpoint, it has to be considered. So where does that leave us? We have a spectrum of possibilities. On one end, we have simple misidentifications and natural phenomena. In the middle, we have advanced human technology. And on the far end, we have the extraordinary possibility of non-human intelligence. The truth is, we don't know for sure. But for the first time, the conversation is happening out in the open. Scientists, military personnel, and politicians are all engaged in trying to find answers. NASA is now conducting its own study into UAPs, bringing rigorous scientific methodology to a subject that has too often been on the fringes. The key takeaway is this: the mystery is real. The data, particularly the recent military footage, shows that something is in our skies that we cannot explain. It's a genuine scientific and national security question. The journey to understanding UAPs is just beginning. It requires an open mind, but also a critical one. We must demand evidence, scrutinize claims, and resist jumping to conclusions. Whether the final answer is aliens, secret drones, or a new law of physics, finding it will undoubtedly change our world. What do you think is the most likely explanation for these phenomena? Are we on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery about our place in the cosmos? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one of them. Thank you so much for joining me on this exploration of the unknown. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to see more content that challenges your perspective, make sure to hit that like button and definitely subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next video. Stay curious, keep looking up, and we'll see you in the next one.